If Lincoln Daniels is your book boyfriend, get help. I understand that my choice of books is the reason why videos like this exist. I read every single hate comment. I know. But the questionable plot lines do not deter from the fact that these are objectively good books. Hence why we're back with another installment of reading 1-star reviews of my favorite questionable book choices. In today's episode, I bring you The Fucking Wrong Number by C.R. Jane. The amount of times I've suggested the Fucking Wrong series as a whole to other people is frankly grounds to give me a fast pass into hell. And it has taken me diving into the Goodreads reviews of this book to figure out that I probably should not have been recommending this to people, like, in person. But my job here is to defend it, and I take my role very seriously. Spoiler here, Danny Reads is about to make that job very hard. So let's dive in.
TLDR, this book didn't work for me, and Lincoln Daniels needs to be institutionalized. Lol.
See, the lol takes away from that needs to be institutionalized. She's not wrong, okay? As somebody who absolutely loves this entire series, Lincoln Daniels is by far the worst MMC. Like, all of the MMCs in the Fucking Wrong series are delusional, insane, probably need to be put away and locked for life. But Lincoln is like head of the mafia. He's the don of whatever's happening here. If these men go insane, he's to blame. And we love him for it. Don't get me wrong, I live for an unhinged bad boy.
Zayn Meadows, Lucifer Malikov, Jeremiah Rain, etc., etc.
But Lincoln Daniels isn't it. Lincoln Daniels is not a bad boy. He is a bad man. Despite thinking I would hate this, I went in hoping that I would be wrong.
I was here for the wrong number meet cute, but then Lincoln went off the rails, and it was a disaster after that.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
That's not a good start if you already know you're not gonna like the book, okay? Secondly, I just realized I did not give any context to this book whatsoever. In essence, Lincoln is a hockey player who gets the wrong text message from a number, and lo and behold, his dream girl is on the other side of the phone, and he quickly grows insanely obsessed with her. Also, it wouldn't be any fun if he didn't go off the rails. Man's had her followed by a PI after seeing one picture of her so he can learn everything about her. Yes, that is the standard. You people are settling for too little. God damn it. I too want a man to see a singular picture of me and grow so thirsty, so feral, so goddamn foaming at the mouth that he wastes his time, money, and resources just to track me down when he's not even sure if we live in the same city. Like, dream.
Runs into her while she's working and then takes her into a hallway so they can dry hump for 5 minutes after meeting, then shows up to the class she's attending the next day and coerces her into going on a date with him by offering the entire class a year's worth of tuition, but only if she says yes.
He is investing in education. He is pouring his money into the youths. He is doing something for the community.
So what if he's the devil, Rick? At least the devil has a job. At least he's active in the community.
That's the energy that I'm getting. Am I mad at it? No. I'm hoping that somebody starts to understand why I love this book so much, as opposed to
She has lost her goddamn mind.
like, just so far, are we calling this a guilty pleasure or have I lost the plot? Let's do a little poll. Please tell me I'm not alone. On their second date, he shows her that he tattooed his with her name and says that he got it the minute he knew she was real. I'm gonna spoil something for you right now, and I'm sorry that tattoos are about to become a very common theme throughout the entire series.
What do you mean?
These men are like badge of honor, you know? Why get her a necklace or a ring when you can just permanently ink the Johnson? I recommended this book to my coworkers. Oh no! So he got this tattoo the minute he knew she was real. So like before meeting her, because again, he's a stalker. It's a stalker diagram. It's okay, but it's like a nice one. And he's doing good things for her. Need I remind you of the whole tuition thing? He's a philanthropist. Okay, serious faces on because he's about to do a few crazy things that I, as someone who loved the book, genuinely disagreed with. Namely, he gets her evicted from her apartment. To be fair, the apartment was like absolute garbage, but still, in order to make her move in with him, and then gets her fired after beating the crap out of her, admittedly creepy, boss. He basically isolated her from any sort of support system. He removed her from her house where she could have her own space and her own independence. He made her lose her job. In his mind, he's like,
yeah, but I make enough for the both of us and she shouldn't have to work and her boss is a creep.
good intentions do not equal good outcomes. And this is like such a red flag for me in dark romance books, and this part like really like icky for me. I hate when that power imbalance really comes into play. That social isolation and the fact that she effectively can no longer make her own money and have her own independence. And I don't think we should be portraying it as a romantic gesture at all. Even the justification isn't enough, because the way he goes about it is not even, the boss is creepy and she deserves a better job, so I'm gonna give her a better job. It's like, she's inherently dependent on me, and also she lives under my roof. And if you've ever been in that kind of situation, the under my roof, my own rules, you understand why this gives me like a bad taste in my mouth. Moving that aside, on top of that, he's love bombing the F out of her.
And like 75% of the way through the book, Monroe, the FMC, has yet to say it back because she's effing smart. Yeah, Lincoln says some sweet ass crap, but he is unhinged and not in the is a huge red flag but I'll allow it kind of way.
Wait a damn minute.
This is where we disagree. I don't think he was love bombing. I genuinely think this man fell head over heels. If you read the character, he is like insane about her. Not a single human man on this earth has ever had that reaction to a female, but this is the world of fiction. Hence, not love bombing, just insanely in love. And I choose to believe that to protect my own feelings. And I'll say he is not a red flag. This man is the entire European Union of red flags. He is 3 football stadiums of red, and I will allow it. And then
he drugs and chains her up in his penthouse after she finally learns the truth about him and tries to run away. But he blames her for making him this way.
by she learns the truth about him, it's just that she learns he's a bit of a manipulative freak, which we all knew at this point. I have to defend this book because Monroe Girlie, the signs were all there. Like, had she taken just like a smidge of a step back, she'd be like,
Actually, the math ain't mathing. Like, why are all these things happening at the same time? Like, why and how are you showing up at these places and doing these things? And why are you, like, always there to save me at the perfect time?
like, if she put 2 and 2 together, if she had an inkling of a cognitive skill, she would have figured it out. But once again, love was blinding her, and I can't blame her for that either. Girly pop, she fell hard. Now, as for the kidnapping, I would have stayed mad. Monroe does not stay mad. She folds quick. She gets over it like 5 minutes later. Why? Because they continue to sleep together, and then she rationalizes his behavior and makes him her savior.
Oh.
Stockholm Syndrome is a child's play compared to this. And yet, I absolutely love this book. I have another bone to pick because multiple reviews said, what was the drama with his dad? What was the point of his dad? Why was his dad there? It's called adding layer to a story. It's called adding different plot points. I don't want to sit there and just read about 2 people. Tell me about their friends. Tell me about their lives, right? And Lincoln's dad makes an appearance as like a point of conflict because that's a book. That's what books are supposed to be. You have multiple plot points. I will give it to Danny though. Stalker dark romance is not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. It is mine. It goes hockey romance, stalker dark romance, and this book just merged them both, and I was like, yes, more. In fact, I think it's either this or the Claire Contreras book that got me so freaking obsessed with this genre, and I have no objections. The book algorithm came for me, and I was like, hook, line, and sinker, you know? Shout out to Fangirl Writer who commented on my last video and asked why blonde MMCs were on my ick list. You prompted me to go on a full deep dive on Substack, and it turns out there's like a very clear cultural reason why that is, and why I just don't trust blonde men in fiction in general. So I'll leave a link to that essay in the description, and if you want to get a shout out in my next video, leave me a question in the comments. Bye!